Alan O'Connor, who's been a great player for Ulster for the best part of a decade, by 31 years of age. I do beg your pardon, that he's only 39. And out they come, and this is a brand new Connacht away strip, and very fetching it looks. They haven't had a bad record here at all, and indeed against Ulster in general. Or his assistants, Leo Colgan, the TMO. Billy Burns to get us underway. Ulster playing toward the Aquinas end, and that's a very decent kick, and that's been spilled. Tom Stewart to see where the throw is going to go. One hand and then two by Ulster. This is a good drive. Stewart's right into the back corner and swung round and made it difficult for Ulster's drive to continue. The referee's got the hand out for a penalty to Ulster for an infringement. Back on the Ulster side. McCluskey has a go. Oh, wonderful stuff by McCluskey. That big telescopic arm, and Luke Marshall docks it down as if he's just come out for the Sunday papers. What a clever piece of play, particularly by big Stu McCluskey.
Well, that's the X factor McCluskey brings to it. And when you're playing, Ulster got the penalty advantage, and when you're playing under penalty advantage, it gives you that opportunity to have a little bit of freedom, the ability to know that if you make a mistake, you'll get another chance at another line out. But beautifully executed by Stuart McCluskey.
Luke Marshall looking around just to see if the referee was going to pull him back for anything, but he didn't have to. The pass wasn't forward. I think one of the two Connacht fans might have thought it was, but Luke Marshall, a very interesting piece of multicoloured headgear on, doesn't really care. He went right round and he touched it down. Good line out by Ulster, thrown by Stewart, taken by O'Connor, and here is Stewart. And away goes Stewart. He's driving hard, he's going to score! Tom Stewart on his first Ulster start has got his third Ulster try in competitive rugby. What a prospect this fellow is.
Jim, for the last few years, it's one name that's come up time and time again as someone who has got huge potential. But, you know, Rory talked about him in the build-up to the game, what he brings. And that one sequence where you saw his line out and then his ability, his timing to come off the back when everybody else was trying to stop them all. Fantastic play.
Fantastic acceleration. I mean, he just leaned and left the defenders behind him. Wonderful individual score by Ulster's number 2. Nothing Marmion could do about that.
Yeah, fair.
Away and straightened and swerved. Oh, he's brought that in beautifully. So 2 tries, 2 conversions. Doak from straight in front. Gently done. 3 more points for Nathan Doak. Nicely done. McCluskey away. Little flat pass to Luke Marshall, but they'll come back for the penalty. Great pressure from Ulster. Hooker Dave Heffernan. So Dylan Tierney Martin has come on wearing number 16. More of that in a second. Ulster have won the line out meantime. 6 or 7 metres now from the Connacht line and closing. And here goes Stewart looking for 2. Has he got over? I think he has, you know. If not, it's very close. Still there for Ulster. Doak has got over. Close for Stewart. Spot on for Doak. Ulster's third try. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Well, just reward Jim for what has been a completely dominant second half performance in terms of both possession and territory. And like once again, it comes from a very, very good maul.
Sort of seems like with 6 penalties now in that first 12 minutes of that second half. So,
and then we'll hear from the former Ulster and Ireland Grand Slam winning skipper Rory Best. Good strike by the Wallace High School boy. Rory, thoughts so far in the second half? And I don't think a penalty is going to be sufficient for Ulster. I think the referee is going to the pocket and somebody's going to the bin, and it's the Connacht number 8 Paul Boyle is off to the bin.
Well, he did warn them a few moments ago with the consistent...
Oh, Callum Reid is just held up on the line. Doak has dug it out, doesn't need to look too far wide. Nicely done. Here goes Stuart Moore. That looks like the bonus try for Ulster. Stuart Moore squeezed over in the corner. Plenty of men there. They almost had the chance to overdo it, but they kept their cool. Initial thrust by Marshall and the finish by Stuart Moore. Good pass by Doak, nicely away by Billy Burns, and Moore was the backup man who went into the corner. Outside him was Balakoon, but the big fella wasn't needed
It looked like a great offload by Luke Marshall in the tackle. Yeah, it was actually. So huge credit to Luke Marshall for a pretty easy run-in the end for Stuart Moore.
Two former Ballymena Academy men in tandem there. Things probably costing Ulster more than a try or two.
Advantage over for the
Connacht again.
knock-on.
Advantage is over for the knock-on. And here comes Oren McAnulty, who scored a try against Ulster last time he was here, and puts it back inside. It's Caelan Blade to score, and Connacht have come back with something of a flourish, and Ulster just took their eye off the ball there, David.
Ulster 29, Connacht 10.
Ulster won in the league. I'm not quite sure who that is down injured for Ulster, but that was a well finished off try. But the initial thrust was made by Oren McNulty. Just judged his inside pass well. Good covering tackle by Rob Balakoon.
Everything is just a little bit quiet, and the atmosphere and always in the stands seeps onto the pitch.
And that's a good strike, and that's a very good kick by David Hawkshaw, the Connacht replacement. Is it Chukwu's in there as well, and Jordy Murphy. It's all fight there. Here goes Reid. He can't quite squeeze over. Neither can Ray. That's Matty Ray. Jordy Murphy still there. Tumanga Allen to help. Oh, good dive. That must be a try. It is a try. And they've got over, and it's Callum Reid.
Tonight, when you look at the scoreline, the victory has been every bit as comprehensive as the scoreline suggests. Want those players pushing through, not just Ulster, but to represent Ireland.
Doak with the conversion attempt. A gem. An absolute gem. Looked like it was knocked forward. It's gone loose. Advantage to Ulster. And the referee says no advantage came from the knock forward. Is he going to blow for no side? He is indeed. And that's the final whistle. And Ulster with 5 tries have won this one. They've got the bonus point.